I was acting in a play with him called Zoo Story. And at that time, not now, at that time I had a photographic memory. So I would remember the line and I would, in my mind, I would actually get a mental image of the page as well. So Zoo Story, in case you all know, is Edward Albee's play, and it's an absurd play, right? And so there's a point where Jerome asks me a question, right? What are you doing here? And then I give a huge spiel, which is like about 1.5 pages long, and at the end of the spiel, he's supposed to say something else. So I finish my spiel, which takes me about 5 minutes, and he goes like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "Jerome, in my mind, I'm like, Jerome, we flip back. Okay, fine, okay. I'll do the start line, I'll do a couple of stuff in the middle, and I'll give him the cue. That should work." So I do that. This time I take like only about 3.5 minutes, and he goes, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Jerome, okay, yeah." By this time, it has started raining, and everybody who's been on the main stage knows when it rains, right, it's a disaster. We had a prompt. Ifaz was on the side, and I could see Ifaz frantically trying to give Jerome his cue. Anyway, several of "what are you doing here" happened, and I decided this is enough. Okay, and I actually jumped. I jumped a page. Now, in my mind, I'm flipping through pages in my mind. I jumped a page, and I gave him a second spiel, which was about 3 minutes long, right? For which he just has to ask, "What's your name?" That's it. The finish, he goes like, "What are you doing here?" Now, thankfully, this was an absurd play, and to the audience of that night, it was pretty absurd. Trust me. The other one is, to me, a very, very precious memory, because I had the incredible honor of directing to me, in my honest opinion, please don't crucify me for this one, I had the honor of directing 4 of the finest actors I have had the pleasure of working with on one stage in one play. And that was when I did Julius Caesar in '97. Jerome played Julius Caesar, Johann Aloysius played Cassius, Dylan Ferreira played Mark Antony, and John Benedict, the late John Benedict, played Brutus. 4 incredible actors, to me, at the top of their craft. I had to do literally nothing. Seriously. Every scene in that play was manned by a master. And the amazing part of that play is that Julius Caesar dies in the middle of the play. But his presence lingers on in that play right through. And Jerome played such an incredible Caesar. It was just a joy to behold. A funny story. So, I decided to do the play modern. Okay? And of course, Jerome was dressed in all full military regalia. Right? And I went one step further. I got an actual military police jeep to take him on a little round, dressed up as Caesar, surrounded by his bodyguards, John Benedict, in camo, and right, all his bodyguards in camo, and they go all around, right? And Jerome loved it. Absolutely loved it. Parading. This was '97. So then, and like the first day, so he got into the jeep, and the military police guys in full ceremonial kit gets in, stands on the jeep, and it goes round, and they had a really great time. And they all came back to the event, and they were like, lording it over the other actors who didn't get to go. "Oh, this was brilliant, See, the second day, apparently, I don't know, I wasn't in the jeep. The second day, apparently something happened, and a cop car actually escorted the jeep back to the line of event, right? So this was going on. Ulysses went on for quite a while, right? So the third day, I decided I want to do this too. I mean, let's face it, right? I need to do this as well. So I get into the jeep. I'm also in camo, I'm seated down, Jerome is standing, inspecting, people are looking, my goodness, who is this, whatever. Now, in case you all didn't know, Jerome's brother, Uncle Jerry, who's standing there, was a former army commander. And at that time in '97, happened to be the army commander. So, and they have aged gracefully now, but I can guarantee you in '97, from a distance, Jerome and Uncle Jerry didn't look that much different. So on the way back to the event, and walking down the corridor, I said, "Jerome, that was fun, wasn't it?" "Yeah, it was fun." Yes. I said, "Jerome, you look incredibly like Uncle Jerry." He said, "Yeah, of course, we're brothers." In military uniform, You look exactly like Uncle Jerry. Yeah, of course. Jerome, to an LTT assassin 50 meters away, you're going to look like Uncle Jerry. And unlike Uncle Jerry, Jerome's bodyguard had toy pistols. And they were actors. The only thing they were going to do if an LTT assassin came was run. Okay, Jerome was all on his own. I happen to point this out. Next day, 4 o'clock, Jerome comes in, all the boys are ready, military police jeep is there. Jerome says, Feroze, enough of this stunt now, no? We say back, no? That Uncle Jerry is how he tried to impersonate you. I am not cold feet. But jokes apart, Jerome, it has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to have been guided by you, to have been mentored by you. In October 2014, you gave me a real headache. Because I was doing a play just after you. You were doing Phantom, your dream. And you gave me a tour backstage just before the play opened. And I looked at the thousands and thousands of stuff that was there. And I got a headache. And I was going like, Jerome, how do you do this? In '96, I asked, how do you do this? How do you know where everything goes in? Right? It was incredible. That kind of vision is just on another level. I don't know if anybody else that I know of can actually dream of something that incredible. To be able to actually think and say, I'm going to pull off something as complicated as the Phantom at the Lionel Wind, where you can't even put glue. I think Dilruchi was here, right? You put glue on the stage, you are done. You are banned for life, right? So without even hammering a single nail or a glue to be able to come up with that vision, that was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. What you have done for us and what you have done for theatre, no amount of thank yous can say. No amount of thank yous are enough. But Jerome, know that we are all grateful for what you have done for English theatre. You kept the flag flying through troubled times, and you've always put up something through the darkest days of our country's history. One thing was sure, Jerome was doing productions. And that is something we should never forget. Because you know what those productions meant? It was just not another play. It was hope. Every single production was a strong message. We will not back down. Right? We have hope as a people. And for that, Jerome, we are all eternally grateful to you. With that, thank you, Jerome. Thank you so much from Janan, Aida, me, and everyone at StageLight&Magic. Thank you for everything that you have done for us and for English theatre in this country. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you so much, Feroze. We all know that